Right. So we're diving deep today into list journaling.
Ooh, list journaling.
Yeah, harnessing the power of lists
Okay.
to unlock creativity, to help clarify goals, and maybe even unearth a few hidden truths about ourselves along the way.
I like it.
You with me?
Absolutely. And what I think is so fascinating about this is list journaling. It's not just some trendy self-help gimmick.
Right?
There's real psychological weight behind it.
Okay.
It's about tapping into our brain's just natural love for order and structure
Yeah.
to make sense of our inner worlds.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but color me skeptical.
Okay.
We're not just talking glorified grocery lists, right?
No.
Convince me there's more to this than meets the eye.
Oh, there's definitely more to it. Think of it less as a shopping list and more like a treasure map to your own mind.
Okay.
So our source for this deep dive is a blog post called 50 List Journal Prompts by Clara Penrose from a site called Listallion.
Right.
And it's chock full of prompts designed to guide you through different areas of self-exploration.
Gotcha.
And it breaks them down into 5 categories.
No.
Gratitude, personal growth, creativity, self-discovery, and planning the future.
All right, so each one acts like a lens, focusing on a specific facet of your inner world.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here.
Yeah.
So let's start with gratitude.
Okay.
Some of these prompts seem almost deceptively simple, like list 3 moments from this week that made you feel happy, calm, or supported, or write a list of small comforts you appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a risk of this veering into toxic positivity?
Right.
Like just slapping a happy face sticker on everything?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it highlights the importance of approaching gratitude journaling with genuine intention. It's not about ignoring negative emotions or pretending that everything is perfect.
Right.
Instead, these prompts encourage what psychologists call cognitive reframing,
Okay.
choosing to focus on the positive aspects of a situation.
So it's less about denial and more about actively training your brain to seek out those moments of joy, however small they may be.
Exactly. And by regularly listing those small joys, those seemingly insignificant comforts, you're essentially rewiring your brain to become more attuned to the good things in your life, which can have a profound impact on your overall well-being.
Wow.
It's not about ignoring the bad, but about giving the good more space in your mental landscape.
Okay, I'm starting to see the power in that. But what about the personal growth prompts?
Okay.
These seem a bit more action-oriented, right? We're talking list skills to learn, habits to change, qualities to cultivate.
Right.
Doesn't that just make it another to-do list?
It's true that these prompts have a more proactive vibe.
Yeah.
But they tap into something crucial, the growth mindset.
Okay.
They encourage self-reflection and planning, helping you identify areas for improvement and set achievable goals.
So it's not just about wishful thinking, but about actively shaping your own growth.
Precisely. And by writing down these goals and aspirations, you're engaging something called the Zeigarnik effect. It's a psychological principle that says our brains are more likely to remember unfinished tasks. So by externalizing these goals, you're essentially keeping them top of mind, increasing your motivation to actually achieve them.
Oh, that's clever. So it's not just a list. It's a psychological nudge to get things done.
Exactly.
Now, what about the creativity prompts?
Okay.
Listing your dream art space, creative solutions to everyday problems. I have to admit, I'm already feeling a little spark of inspiration.
I love that what's fascinating about list journaling for creativity is that it taps into our brain's natural ability to make connections. By listing seemingly disparate ideas, you're forcing your mind to find links. To break out of its usual patterns of thinking.
Yeah.
It's like a brainstorming session on paper.
It's like shaking up a kaleidoscope and seeing what new patterns emerge.
Exactly. It's about embracing that free-flowing exploration of ideas.
Yeah.
Letting those thoughts tumble out without judgment. Sometimes the most unexpected connections emerge when you simply allow your mind to wander on paper.
And sometimes those unexpected connections lead to breakthroughs, to innovative solutions, to fresh perspectives.
I like it. It's about giving yourself permission to play with ideas, to experiment, to let your imagination run wild.
Okay. On to self-discovery.
All right.
These prompts seem to delve a little deeper, listing things that bring you joy, words that describe how you want to be remembered, even advice for your younger self. It's like holding up a mirror to your soul. But you keep mentioning self-discovery. What does that actually mean in this context?
Right.
Is it about uncovering hidden talents, clarifying values, or something else entirely?
That's an excellent question.
Help me understand what we're really looking for here.
And it gets to the heart of what these prompts are trying to achieve. Self-discovery in this context is about uncovering your core values, your passions, your aspirations, those things that make you, well, you.
Right.
It's about understanding your motivations, your fears, your dreams, and how those things shape your perceptions and interactions with the world.
So it's about peeling back the layers and getting to the essence of who you are.
Precisely. It's about exploring those deeper questions of identity, purpose, and meaning.
Okay.
And while it's an ongoing process,
Right.
these prompts provide a tangible starting point, a way to explore those questions in a structured and insightful way.
I can see how that would be valuable, especially in a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming.
Uh-huh.
Having that sense of self-awareness, that clarity of purpose, can be incredibly grounding.
Absolutely. It's about finding that inner compass that can guide you through life's twists and turns.
All right, let's move on to the last category.
Okay.
Planning the future. These seem pretty straightforward. Goal setting, actionable steps, turning those vague dreams into concrete plans. But aren't they just glorified to-do lists? What makes them different?
That's where the nuance comes in.
Okay.
While they do involve listing out steps,
Right.
these prompts are more about crafting a roadmap for your future self. It's about visualizing the life you want to create and then breaking down those aspirations into manageable, actionable steps.
Okay, I like the roadmap analogy, but visualizing the future can feel overwhelming,
Yeah.
especially when you factor in all the unknown, the potential roadblocks, the inevitable detours. How do these prompts help navigate that uncertainty?
That's where the power of list journaling really shines.
Okay.
By breaking down those big, daunting goals into smaller, more manageable steps.
Right.
You're essentially creating a sense of control amidst the chaos.
Okay.
It's about shifting your focus from the overwhelming big picture to the smaller, more achievable actions you can take right now.
So instead of getting paralyzed by the enormity of the goal, you're empowered by the possibility of taking those first few steps.
Exactly. And as you check those smaller steps off your list,
Yeah.
you build momentum, you gain confidence, and you start to see that even the most ambitious goals are attainable if you break them down into bite-sized pieces.
I'm starting to see how these seemingly simple list prompts can pack a real punch. It's like they're deceptively simple, but there's a lot of psychological savvy woven into their design.
Absolutely. And what's remarkable is that you can tailor these prompts to your own needs and interests.
Okay.
You can revisit them over time, adapt them, even create your own variations based on what resonates with you.
It's like having a toolbox for self-discovery filled with different tools for different purposes.
Exactly.
One prompt might help you spark creativity, another might uncover a hidden passion, and yet another might guide you towards crafting a more fulfilling future.
And the beauty of it all is that it's accessible to everyone.
All right.
You don't need any special skills or fancy equipment, just a pen, some paper, and a willingness to explore the labyrinth of your own mind.
I like that, the labyrinth of our own minds. It feels more apt than the usual inner landscape metaphor, but, and maybe this is my skepticism talking again, is list journaling really for everyone?
Right.
Isn't it more appealing to those who are already introspective, already comfortable with self-reflection? What about those who struggle with introspection, who find it difficult to articulate their thoughts and feelings?
That's a really insightful point. You're right that for some, the idea of self-reflection might feel daunting, even intimidating.
Yeah.
But that's where the structure of list journaling can be surprisingly beneficial.
Right.
It provides a framework, a starting point, a way to break down that potentially overwhelming task of introspection into smaller, more manageable steps.
So instead of staring at a blank page and feeling pressure to pour out your soul, you have these prompts to guide you, to give you a nudge in the right direction.
Exactly. And as you engage with the prompts, you might find that those thoughts and feelings you thought were inaccessible start to surface in unexpected ways.
Okay.
It's like you're gently coaxing them out of hiding, giving them space to breathe on the page.
It's like you're creating a trail of breadcrumbs, a map of your own internal world.
And with each list you create, you're leaving a record of your thoughts, your feelings, your aspirations at that moment in time. It's like creating a time capsule of your own personal evolution, a testament to your growth and the wisdom you've gained along the way.
Now that's a powerful image, a time capsule of your own evolution. I can see how revisiting those lists over time could provide incredible insights into how your perspectives have shifted, how your priorities have evolved, and how much you've grown as a person.
It's like having a conversation with your past self.
Yeah.
A way to track the trajectory of your personal journey.
It makes me think about how we often talk about finding ourselves,
Hmm.
but maybe it's less about finding a fixed static self and more about embracing the constant evolution, the ongoing process of becoming.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And list journaling can be a powerful tool for navigating that journey of becoming.
Okay, so we've explored the potential benefits and the underlying psychology of list journaling, but I have a confession.
Yeah.
I'm still a little intimidated by the sheer number of prompts.
Right.
50, it feels like a lot. Where do you even begin?
I understand that feeling. It can definitely feel overwhelming at first. But remember, there's no right or wrong way to approach this.
Okay.
It's not about completing all 50 prompts or following a rigid schedule.
Right.
It's about choosing the ones that resonate with you,
Okay.
the ones that pique your curiosity, the ones that feel aligned with your current needs and aspirations.
So it's like choosing an adventure.
Exactly.
You might be drawn to a challenging climb, a peaceful stroll through a meadow, or a thrilling expedition into uncharted territory.
Precisely, trust your instincts and choose the prompts that feel most inviting.
Okay.
There's no pressure to do them all or to do them in any particular order.
Right.
If a prompt doesn't resonate with you, simply skip it and move on to the next one.
Gotcha.
It's about finding the ones that spark joy and ignite your imagination. Remember, this is your personal journey.
And speaking of journeys, it strikes me that these 5 categories, gratitude, personal growth, creativity, self-discovery, and planning the future, they're not just isolated categories, are they?
Right.
They seem to connect, to build upon each other, to create a sort of roadmap for personal growth.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
They're interconnected, each category feeding into the next, creating a holistic approach to personal development.
So cultivating gratitude might fuel your desire for personal growth, which in turn could spark your creativity, leading to a deeper understanding of yourself and ultimately informing how you plan for your future.
Exactly. It's a beautiful cycle of self-discovery and growth, and list journaling provides a tangible way to navigate that cycle, to explore each stage with intention and insight.
As we wrap up our deep dive into these 50 list journal prompts, what's the one takeaway you'd want our listeners to remember?
I think the most important thing is to embrace the power of simplicity.
Okay.
List journaling, it's a deceptively simple tool,
Yeah.
yet it can unlock such profound insights about yourself and the world around you. You know, it's a reminder that sometimes the most profound discoveries come from the most unexpected places.
Right.
And that the journey of self-discovery is best approached with a sense of curiosity, playfulness, and a willingness to embrace the unknown.
I love that it's about stripping away the complexity, the pressure, the expectations, and just allowing yourself to explore your inner world with a sense of childlike wonder.
And I'd add that it's a practice you can return to again and again throughout your life.
Okay.
As you evolve and change, so too will your list reflecting your growth and the wisdom you've gained along the way.
So it's not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing dialogue with yourself. A way to track your evolution, to celebrate your wins, to learn from your stumbles, and to continuously refine your understanding of who you are and what you want out of life.
Beautifully said. So what does all this mean for you, our listener?
Right.
We encourage you to pick a few prompts that resonate with you and start exploring your own internal world through list journaling.
Let these prompts be your guide, but don't be afraid to stray from the path and discover your own unique way of engaging with this practice.
And as you create your lists, remember to approach the process with curiosity, openness, and a sense of play.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by the hidden patterns in your thinking, the recurring themes that emerge, or the unexpected connections you make.
I tried that advice to my younger self prompt the other day, and it was surprisingly emotional.
Oh, wow.
It really made me reflect on how much I've grown and how far I've come. What about you? I mean, these prompts hit you particularly hard?
You know, the one that always gets me is list the things you've learned this year.
Oh.
It's amazing how much we absorb and grow without even realizing it.
Yeah.
Taking the time to acknowledge those lessons, even the small ones, can be incredibly powerful.
It's like taking inventory of your own personal wisdom, acknowledging the journey you've been on. And speaking of journeys, how about revisiting those prompts over time?
Yeah.
Seeing how your responses evolve as you do that could be a fascinating way to track personal growth and change.
Absolutely. It's like having a conversation with your past self, seeing how your perspectives have shifted and what new insights you've gained along the way. And who knows, maybe those lists will even spark new ideas or goals for the future.
It's a continuous cycle of reflection, growth, and discovery. And the best part is you're in the driver's seat. You get to choose the prompts, the direction, and the pace of your own journey. So, dear listener, as you embark on your list, journaling adventure. Remember this.
Yes.
Every list you create is a step towards deeper self-awareness, a brushstroke on the canvas of your own unique story. And who knows what masterpieces you might create along the way. Happy listing.